All right, y'all. More information is coming out about these two officers, specifically Taddarius Bean and Demetrius Haley. We're gonna start off with what's came out about the first one on the left, Taddarius Bean. Now, Taddarius Bean, uh, a recent graduate. You know what I'm saying? He was the president of a fraternity. That's already under scrutiny for severe beatings of you know how hazing goes and shit, but they didn't took it to another level with him as the president. He's a recent graduate, I'd say about 2 years ago, so that means he's fresh out of college, and then became a police officer in within the last 3 years. Now, while he was president and still is, you know what I'm saying, he sent a couple of people to the hospital. Uh, Most known, you know what I'm saying, there's a couple of incidences where hazing got out of control as usual. Uh, for instance, one of the guys that they have lawsuits pending too. One of the guys said that he put hot sauce inside his penis to mimic catching a venereal disease. He poured hot sauce inside a guy's dickhead just to mimic a venereal disease. In another incident, in another one of the lawsuits, they took a paddle, one of their little fraternity paddles, and took a guy's balls and hit his testicles, his nuts, over 200 times until the guy blacked out and passed out. Those are just a couple of the incidences that shows y'all the violent tendencies of this guy, Taddarius Bean. And since he's fresh out of college, that's what it looked like on the like that brotherhood shit. You know what I'm saying? And because of his violent nature, he's gonna be one of the ones that's through to the forefront, in my opinion, uh, as time goes on, because of what he's capable of and what he has already done and what people is already suing him for. And that's a little bit of history of Taddarius Bean. Now, my man on the right, my man on the right, Demetrius Haley. This is the guy of all the guys that's known for beating your ass at the Pentaform, SCDC. You know what I'm saying, the workhouse, whatever you want to call it. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. You done seen his face, because I have. Well, everybody know his story. For those who don't know his violent nature, and this is just the things that's going to be important. Where at the Pentaform, a guy, they were doing a random shakedown. You know what I'm saying? A guy. And I think CNN found the guy who didn't want to come on camera, but he told the story of a lawsuit he had against him. That this is how the story goes. They was doing a random shakedown. He had a cell phone, which is contraband. So he tried to run in his boxers, in his underwear, to get rid of the contraband that he had. In the process of doing that, he didn't touch no officer or nothing. He was just trying to run. You know how I'd rather go and throw this junk in the shower or by the toilet somewhere, rather than get caught with this kind of contraband. So he didn't touch no officer or nothing. Demetrius took it upon himself to pick the guy up off the ground, slam him face first into those aluminum. Everybody know what toilets look like inside jail. Those aluminum toilets, head first, until he blacked out upon impact. He woke up in the medical ward, bleeding out his ear, barely alive. Just think about it. He's Man, that's a miracle right there, with all that force. So he woke up bleeding out his ear. He took it upon himself to to file a lawsuit. I mean, I'm thinking after barely escaping with his life, looking at his face, swole beyond recognition, bleeding out the ear, and knowing what just what had happened to him. As a inmate, he tried to file a lawsuit on his own. Now, that can be done. It has been done, but you got to be real knowledgeable about it. So his lawsuit made it to the court. The only way it got dismissed is because he failed to serve a subpoena to one of the other officers that could have been a witness. So they dismissed it. Now, what's the key part is this guy was working at the Pentaform. So I'm quite sure he went through the process of internally. So they didn't do nothing about this guy's complaint against this officer on the right, Demetrius, right? So just think about if they have did their due diligence, this guy might have not, he would have been flagged before, but that's not how it works. These officers and these COs, they so prone to getting away with shit, and everybody got each other back. It ain't just the police force; it's on the inside of jail too. How many inmates have died at 201? If you know anything about, if you're a Memphian, then you already know from the Pentaform to the Shelby County Jail, you ain't promised to get out. It's been several deaths that can be Googled at both of these places. Shelby County Correctional Center and Shelby County Jail. Anybody take it upon yourself, go Google, and you'll see article after article about these kind of deaths that go unnoticed. Brief news article swept up under the rug. Y'all already know why. Do not want national attention on inmates getting killed and beat to death by people that's there to make sure they're safe. And that's just what's going on with these two officers, which is going to be very important in this trial if we make it there. You know what I'm saying? I've been known people to have so many demons in the course waiting on trial, which could take 2, 3, 4 years if you got on bond, even longer. You know what I'm saying? And I see one of them already hired the Balance. You know what I'm saying? Leslie Ballin and Blake Ballin and all of them. So, you know what I'm saying? We shall see. I'm just saying these are updates about these two guys that's probably gonna be the face. This is their violent history, their violent tendencies. And like I said, from me watching the whole video and all the footage in one place, in order, in sequence of events, and I made a video for anybody that didn't get a chance to see the story as in sequence, then just go find the videos, like 3, 4 videos back, and then you'll see it from the beginning to the end. To me, it looks like some kind of initiation. Now, finding out this about Taddarius, background, that he's the president of a brotherhood, a fraternity, that's exactly what it looked like to me. Some kind of sick ass initiation, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm trying to make sure I stick to these officers and their backgrounds, because the facts, you know what I'm saying, they all out on bond, and defense. That's what defense attorneys for, to defend them. So let's focus on the officers and the wrongdoing, and then feel the pain of the Nichols family, and then just that image and the images are going to be forever embedded into our mental, and it makes you angry, it hurts, it makes you feel all kind of emotions, and that's just normal, and that's where we at right now. So to the Nichols family, once again, we all feel your pain, and we want justice, and we want reform, and we want change, and we want Tyree to forever be what he was until he took his last breath, which is an all-around good guy. Nobody is perfect, but it's not even about him, it's about them. So rest in peace, Tyree, and we own it. For everybody else, Y'all stay strong, stay vigilant. Do not support anything that says anything negative about Tyree. And if you do, can't nobody stop you. But you should feel bad, but you probably won't. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing before I go. If gangs, our little kids, are getting their love from gangs, from joining gangs on the streets and causing all this crime and being used and manipulated for the lack of love at home and support and guidance, that they become gang members and are responsible for 90% of all the crimes, the thefts, every form of lawlessness is coming from our babies, from being gang members. If the kids are the problem from gangs, what the fuck is up with the parents being gang members online? Everybody that could have picked their name for their brand, that's a blogger, has gang after it. That makes the parents gang members. So if the parents are gang members online and the kids are gang members outside, what the fuck kind of world are we living in? Think about that. My name's True.